The Texas Longhorns will win in the first round.
Drops it off inside to Ebo, who may just be the MVP of the night. The 6 seed ousts the 3 seed UCLA.
You have shown what Texas fight looks like.
Alan Taylor will fire, and it's hit from 3. Can't finish, Collier can. The Texas Longhorns, with a shocking upset of Maryland, are headed to the Elite Eight.
And that is how you make an entrance. That is how you make an immediate impact. It's Vic Schaefer. Texas fans, let's hear it for Vic Schaefer right here. Hey, Coach, show off what you got on the finger here.
Well, there's a lot of good players in that right there. That's a beautiful Elite Eight ring, and so proud of our kids. You know, it was COVID and everything else, new coach, new staff, new way of doing things, and just so proud of them and in their resilience, their toughness. They just really wouldn't quit when we weren't very good in late January and early February, and we just stayed after it. And you can see, as a coach, that's what you want to see right there. You want to validate what you're doing, because, quite frankly, we're way different. You know, we did things way differently than they were used to, and you know, for young people, sometimes it's just hard to get past hard.
Yeah.
And we just kept after it, and they stayed the course, and this is what you get. You get a chance to play and win and be in the Elite Eight. So it's a really, for me, been doing it now 37 years, that's one of the most gratifying runs right there with that team, knowing how challenging things were, and really, quite frankly, how limited we were. We really didn't have a very deep roster, and man, I'm so proud of those kids.
So that's where I want to go, because we've talked about this across sports. Great coaches adapt to their personnel. How did you do that last season, and what changes now that you have more players that you've hand-selected?
Well, we certainly have more depth this year, and you know, last year again, we've got the blueprint. I mean, that's why they hired us, right? And so we just have a way of doing it. We have a saying in our locker room, and I know these guys are from great locker rooms and a great program. It's not what we do, but how we do it that separates us from the rest of the country. And that's the part that for young people, sometimes if it's different than anything they've ever done, it's hard. And so change is hard, right? I mean, it is. Change is hard. And by the way, that's not reserved just for young people. So just stay in the course. I wasn't going to give in. I wasn't going to give up. We were going to stay after it. If it didn't work and we didn't get to where we got last year, I knew it would pay off in the future for our program. But, man, let me tell you something. They had UCLA held them to 14 points and a half.
Wow.
In a Sweet 16 game. Mm-hmm. And then you go play a team that's averaging almost 100 points a game in Maryland. All the professional commentators saying Vic isn't going to sleep, his team's going to give up 100. You know, but our kids took that personal. I mean, when you have all that blood, sweat, and tears all year long, I mean, but you're emotionally invested. I know I am, and I know my kids were. I'm so proud of that team, because you know what? They said that is not going to happen. And they go out, and by the way, Maryland scored their last 60th and 61st point with 1/10 of a second on the clock. Otherwise, they'd have held them to 59.
Well, Coach, let me ask you this: what excites you most about this team going into this season?
You know, we're young. We only have 2 seniors, really one junior. We are a really young, talented, skilled team. We're freshmen and sophomores. Our freshman class is number 3 in the country. Our sophomores that we have coming back from a year ago, they've made the commitment to doing it our way, you know. And so what excites me about this team is just our youth, and I like our leadership. I love Joanne Allen Taylor. I love Audrey Warren. Those 2 seniors that have been to the wars. They know what it's all about. You're talking about 2 tough, gritty kids. I mean, I love those kids. I love everything about them. I love how they come to work every day. So I'm excited about it. You can tell I'm pretty excited about my team.
I can tell.
We got some work to do. We're not close. I mean, we're nowhere close, but we've had 13 practices, and I'm just excited about our future, really.
Coach, who best exemplifies on this team a player that you will want to represent this team?
Well, Audrey is my kind of kid. I mean, her and Joe both, they're look, you guys came from great teams, right? If they described your team as a tough, physical, aggressive football team, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
No,
It
no
doesn't say
question.
anything about how fast your running back runs, how far your quarterback throws it, how fast your wide receivers, or how tough your if you're described as that, that's a great description of any team, right?
Mm-hmm.
They exemplify that. To me, they have that Texas fight. I mean, Audrey, she'll stand in front of a freight train and take a charge. You get in a huddle with Joanne Allen Taylor, and you can look in her eyes, and she is just in it. She's listening. You see her. She and I were jumping and hugging and so excited during those games after winning, and you just love people that are emotionally invested.
Yes.
It's not just a check for me and my staff. It's not just a education for our kids. They are emotionally invested in that right there. And they're going to be great Longhorns, great ambassadors for the next 50 years. I mean, Joanne Allen Taylor, y'all, is a 3.7 mechanical engineer.
Oh, wow. Phenomenal.
I'm trying to get her
Not
in
bad.
front of Elon Musk. He needs to hire her.
Coach, you got me ready to play right now.
I mean, that kid, that's what we've got at Texas that is kind of the foundation for our women's team right now. But, boy, those young ones are coming now. You better not rest on them, because they are special and talented and just really, again, our fans are going to love how we play the game, y'all.
Yes, sir.
I mean, they're going to love our intensity. We're going to pick their butt up out at the city limits, and we'll show their butt to I-35 when we're done with them.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Does that apply to this game against Oklahoma State, too?
Hey, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, you got to love that. Vic Schaefer, the man right here, bringing it. Hey, catch women's basketball season opener Tuesday, November 9th against New Orleans. Coach, we appreciate you.
All right, praise the Lord and hook 'em, guys.